Holy shit. Okay.
And we were muted too because I was trying to get to the system. It only lets you go live on X if it's a premium account, so it won't let us use it.
Oh, fair enough.
Welcome to Terminal, y'all.
Hi.
Hello. As you guys can probably see and or hear, because we don't have our typical tapestries up to kind of help for sound padding, we're in a different room. We have a different space that we're going to be doing lives, our classes, and a couple other fun things from. So the Missing Elements, our shop, that is at
1018 East New Circle Road, Lexington, Kentucky, Suite 114. And Spirit Mechanics is now Suite 112.
So now you guys can come and see us. We are officially 112. Stevens Healing Vibrations and the Missing Elements, which is the super group shop. So the everybody shop is still going to be in Suite 114. But we will, at least as far as mechanics work, will be exclusively out of 112 now. So all of our stuff is moved. So if it sounds weird, if it looks a little bit strange, that's the reason why. So we'll have this put together and back into some kind of working order probably by next live. Now, 'tis tarot night.
It's Tarot Night. Welcome, guys. If you would like a reading, please let us know in the comments. Let us know your question and who you would like to read you. As always, stars get you bumped to the top of the list and gives you the option for all readers. If that's something you're interested in, please let us know. There's no pressure to send stars, but they are greatly appreciated. They go to funding stuff for us for like classes and getting us to different locations so that we can do awesome stuff at those locations for you guys.
Speaking of which, we're going to be in Bowling Green starting tomorrow evening. The event itself is only Saturday and Sunday, but we'll be there tomorrow evening. If you are in the Western Kentucky, Southern Indiana, Northern Tennessee, whatever, the Missouri, God bless you if you are, the Illinois, God bless you if you are, areas. If you're in the Western Kentucky area, close to Bowling Green, you want to come out and see us, haven't wanted to make the trip to Lexington, you now have your opportunity. We're going to be at Mama Ruby's Bizarre Bazaar all weekend, and it's going to be at the Corvette Museum in Bowling Green, which I think is pretty fucking awesome.
That is pretty fucking awesome.
Going to be rocking up close and personal with Sinkhole. So for those of you that don't know about that, there was a sinkhole that literally opened up underneath the Corvette Museum in Bowling Green and took the very center of the entire museum out. So there is now a dedicated space. It's actually a fixture now in the museum, the big old sinkhole. So we'll be hanging out, doing things. Come by, check out all of the classic Corvettes. The Corvette manufacturer is also in Bowling Green, so come out and check that out. It's an awesome thing. But there's going to be a lot of cool readers. There's going to be a fuck ton of vendors. There's going to be live bands. There's going to be a lot of cool shit going on all weekend long. And I think I read it correctly. I think so. But I think you can get a package through Mama Ruby's. So you can go to their website. I think it's mamarubies.com. Or you can check out some of the links that have been floating around. You can get a museum ticket along with your admission to Mama Ruby's. It's a higher price because you're paying in, but it's a lesser price as far as the museum. So you pay full price for Mama Ruby's and get a discount on your museum ticket. So you can do both.
Mr. Tyree will be representing us at the local gig this week, though.
Yeah, I will be at the Central Kentucky Mystical Market at the Clarion Hotel.
Yeah. He'll be
On Newtown Pike.
Yeah, on Newtown Pike.
He'll be there as Steven's Healing Vibration. So if you've ever been curious about tuning forks, it's a fantastic process. Definitely recommend it. And there's going to be a ton of our other friends there as well this weekend. We're just kind of dividing and conquering. So trying to make sure that we cover all the grounds for y'all.
So you will have a mechanic, possibly a couple on board, depending on who wants to come around and buzz around Mr. Tyree's booth. But he'll take care of you one way or the other. If you'd like a sound healing, please feel free. He's amazing at what he does. If you need a mechanic for anything or need someone to talk to, you can also get a hold of him because he's one of those dudes.
Yep.
So he's double dipping too, technically. Then
A shameless plug. I am wearing the Slumber Party Tarot shirt. And that is the girls' thing. They drink wine and say cuss words a lot.
it's an 18+ show, the sick fuck.
They sure do.
They sure do. But if you're ever curious, if you're wanting to have some tarot readers at, a bachelorette party or just some awesome fun times, look them up, give it a shout. It's a fun time. Another small announcement for you guys. We have been promising class dates for October. We have one. Let me make sure that I'm giving the right date. On the 12th of October, it's a Saturday, we will be having one of our classes. And it's going to be the Psychic Vampirism class, a 101. Well, technically it's 301.
Mm-hmm. It's just all the 300 series classes are specialized classes. So these are one-offs. They're one-shot classes. That's not to say that we won't host them again. It's just they're separate from our typical curriculum. We do the 100 series, which is 3 classes apiece, and the 200 series, which is 3 classes apiece. And then these 300s are a divided kind of system. So it'll be with certain mechanics, like Patricia just announced hers. It'll be with certain mechanics, or it'll be with people that we vetted. So people that we trust that can teach these things because they're experts in their field or have a lot of knowledge because they've practiced long enough to essentially be considered an expert in their field. Prices will be set by the person that is hosting it. And everything will be given to you by the person that is hosting it. So if there's extra materials, if there is a list of things that you need to provide as far as, stones or whatever that you need to bring to the class, those will be given to you prior to the class. That way you have plenty of time to get those materials together. Some people may give you materials, so printouts. Most of our specific classes, so those who are taking 300 level series classes from Mechanix, you guys will definitely be getting printouts. Most of it will be like bullet points of the class outline, or if we're having to go over a lot of information, like the crystalline class that is coming up soon as far as energetic working, that one you're going to have a fucking handout for. So we're going to make sure that you have that. But just letting you guys know, the 300 series are a specialty deep dive. This is where you get into the real nitty gritty, the actual, this is how this shit functions and works kind of stuff. So everyone has been interested in this psychic vampirism class. We've kind of been subtly, putting out the feelers for it. And there's a lot of you that are very interested. So if you know someone who's interested, or if you are, again, that date is the 12th?
The 12th of October, yes.
We have a time set.
Probably 6 o'clock Eastern.
Okay. 6 Eastern on the 12th.
6 Eastern on the 12th.
Okay. So 6 Eastern on the 12th, we will do the thing. Keep in mind, most of, I almost said all, but that's not the case. Most of our classes are hybridized. And what that means is you can come and take it in person. If you have the ability, it's usually better. But you can come and take the classes in person. If not, we have the ability to do what we're currently doing, this thing, this. We have the ability to do this at the same time. So you can literally video call in and take the class with everybody else. So nobody is left out. This particular class, it would be easier if you were closer. However, it's not necessary. So we're going to make sure that it's hybridized. So there is going to be an online option. Keep in mind that you're going to have to keep your time zone in mind and make sure that you are able to provide a clear picture of yourself. So webcam needs to be a thing. Just calling in isn't going to work. We need to see your pretty face. But this is probably going to be one of the only classes that we do in October because of
Scarefest. The 18th, 19th, and 20th of October. We're gonna be at Rupp Arena at Scarefest. It's gonna be great, guys. So if you're curious, pop out and see us. It's the biggest event of the year, and it's gonna be a freaking blast. There's a ton of celebrities that are gonna be there.
over 100 this year.
It's insane.
There's a Children of the Corn reunion,
Fright Night.
Fright Night. They actually have multiple photo ops, all of the Michael Myers, all of the Jason Voorhees, and several of the Leatherfaces
See, that's freaking cool.
are actually all going to be at Scarefest. It is going to be one of the biggest years they have ever had. Not to mention the fact that Mr. Clive Barker himself is going to be on the Scarefest floor as an actual celebrity. So it's going to be enormous this year. It's going to be a massive event. So what I would do if I were y'all would be to get your fucking passes now.
Several are sold out. I think there's only one day left.
Sunday.
That's not to say that you can't get passes at the door, but Godspeed to you if you wait that long.
Yeah, go ahead and get in line.
Last year it was wrapped around the convention center twice. And that's with people waiting in the lobby. So it's going to be even more this year. It's going to be stupid destructive this year in a good way, but damn in a bad way too. So make sure to get your day passes now if they have them. If they don't, keep watching scarefestweekends.com, I think is the new website. But keep watching that. Also, pay attention to Scarefest TV. You can find it at scarefestradio.com or here on Facebook under Scarefest Television, or you can go to the Scarefest fan pages or the direct page and catch it there. Pop, aka Mr. Forsyth, aka Wes, is going to be hosting Scarefest Live literally every week. It is starting at 9 p.m. on Friday evenings and goes until about 10ish and sometimes 11 depending on what other programming he's got. Also, shameless plug on that end for Mr. West. Scarefest TV Plus is now a live thing, and he is starting other podcasts on a particular platform, which is an offshoot of what he does for Scarefest. So the girls, the Connors, giving them a plug as well, they have Gussied Up Magic that they are doing for his podcasting co-op kind of thing. So go in, check them out. And all of it supports Mr. Forsyth and the things that he does. So But Scarefest Television gives you all the updates as to passes, guests, vendors, special events, the whole nine. And so be checking that out. But yeah, we're all stoked for Scarefest. You can tell because the way I'm fucking rambling about it. And if it's anything like last year, and it's supposed to be even worse, it's going to be disgusting. Like it almost tripled from the year before, and it doubled Comic-Con numbers. So
It was insane.
it was just nuts. But yeah, I think that's the last big event that we have for the year, at least currently. There's other things that we do have planned for you guys, other special events, obviously, other classes. But until we get dates, we can't let you know. But some of this shit is actually pretty cool, and we're going to try and keep you in the loop about it.
All right.
Anything else?
Yeah. Steven Selling Vibrations is going to be in Frankfurt October 12th for Capital Pride. So come to Frankfurt and see me. Or if you're in Frankfurt, come say hi.
Fucking do it.
Yeah.
Go get forked by a gay man.
So hi, everybody who just liked and shared.
Hi.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you guys very much. Everybody watching on Facebook, plus you guys on YouTube. Thank you guys very much. It's very awesome for you to be here. Again, if you would like a free tarot reading, they are free 100%. Just let us know what your question is. If you don't have one, say you want a general read, and specify which mechanic you would like. Raymond, Tyree, Pat, Steve. And we'll take care of you. If you would like a tandem read, just specify these two. Whichever two it might be. If you give stars, you are bumped to the top of the list. The reason being is at that point, you are technically a paying customer. So you get priority. But you get the ability to actually have all of us read if you would like, or any combination of. If you just want a single reader, that's cool. If you want 2 or 3, that's cool. If you want the full round of 4, God loves you and so do we.
So speaking of that, starting off strong. Unless we have any other announcements we need to cover at the moment.
Lord, I hope not.
Fair enough. Okay. So first up, we have Linda Nelson. It's the general and an all read. She sent stars.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Oh, Shelley.
Remember that stars are just a donation. We do very much appreciate those. And as Patricia said at the beginning, it is a donation, it's a small one, but it's big to us. And every little bit goes back into Spirit Mechanix. So us being able to go and help people that need us without cost to them, us being able to pay to get into events, to come and see you guys in public, providing classes, providing more stuff for the shop so you guys have access to affordable altar supplies and tarot decks and different things like that. It means a lot because you guys are contributing to what it is that we can give back to you. So thank you very much. All right, so it's an all read,
An all read for Linda.
general.
Yes.
Mm-mm. Yeah, fuck it.
I'm using the one sometimes.
Yeah. Fuck it.
It's going to be interesting. Dark Mirror was like, hey, let's play. All right, but it's Linda Nelson. me.
While everybody's getting ready, I do have to give a shout out to Miss April and Mr. Scott. They went to Sedona and brought me back a present. If you guys can see it on camera, it's a little Yoda that's called the Coach. And it's a Yoda voodoo doll with a cat bell. I think that is the most awesome thing in the world. So if you guys catch this later, if you're currently watching it, thank you very much for the very special gift. It's very awesome of you. Hims is going on my keychain.
Sorry, you wanna go first?
No. Thank you.
Ray,
I'm going first.
you're going first. I choose you.
I choose you. I feel like a Pokemon now.
Start saying nothing but your name.
I'm leaving that one alone. I'm leaving that one alone.
The Pokemon thing?
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Pokemon.
I have to go last with this deck. I either have to go first or I have to go last, and on this one, I have to go last.
You want me to go first, Raymond?
Yeah, it might help give me some clarification on what the hell I'm reading here.
That's what I'm trying to work on.
So Linda, it feels like, I'm trying to figure out if it feels like it's an anniversary that's coming around. It's one that you're not very excited about. One that's got a lot of pain that you're trying very hard to not fall into an emotional pit. And if that's not what you got going on, please let me know, because if so, then I'll take a look at some of the other cards and maybe see if I can get a bit more context. But it's just very interesting because it feels like a sad anniversary. And it feels like you're trying to not get caught in the middle of the feels that you typically would, that feel a bit more than seasonal. Okay,
Okay.
Gracie would have been 17 on September 14th.
That's it.
Okay.
Thank you all for the context.
I'm
Okay.
sorry, Linda.
That makes this make a whole lot more sense now.
That would be the reason why these wanted to go last.
Fair. So, as far as that goes, you seem like you're doing better than you were before. And good for you. Grief is a hell of a thing. And I think this year is going to be a little bit better for you. At the current moment, the only thing that I have on that one is advice, and that's reach out when you need help and when things get dark. But that's all I've got for now. I just wasn't sure where it was going from.
Hey, Linda, do me a favor, take you a deep breath and let it out for me. We're gonna go with Ray next. We'll do an X pattern.
Yeah, you're feeling kind of split on this because you're doing better with it, but you feel really guilty about doing better with it. And it shouldn't feel like you really need to hold on to that guilt. You know, the guilt is just as much of an addiction as anything else. You know, we think we should feel this way, even though we feel better, even though it's a little bit easier. It still hurts, but it's easier. And it's okay. You know, there's no reason to be split about this. You can feel better about it and feel sad about it at the same time without feeling guilty in between. Because that's pretty much what my cards are telling me.
Are you done?
I'm done. Good for it.
Oh, okay.
Short but sweet.
Okay, my cards were coming up at the same thing that it was like you're in a dark spot. But the card I'm reading is my Queen of Swords. And there's a white dove there. So that means there is peace. And I'm not 100% sure about what the whole story is. But I think if I'm wrong, one of these guys can smack me. I think daughter, granddaughter is watching over you very closely. Because I've also got the Sphinx here, which means that you're growing inside. So you've got the strength to withstand and pass the grief. The best way that you can pass grief. You just got to remember to sit still and take care of yourself. And basically just let anything negative that heads your way just blow away with the wind. And that's what I got.
So the reason why these cards like to go into first or last is they're typically very lighthearted. You know, they're supposed to be. This is my Marvel deck, so it's my childlike deck. So let's see if we can get a little bit of good news going here. So the first card that we have here is the phrase is care to find your glorious purpose, and there's question mark. It is literally a question being asked to you. But the interesting thing is that it's the Loki card. Loki is a god of change and a god of mischief, a god of chaos. And all of those things are very good things if they're viewed in the right way. This is stating that there's a pivot point, that there is a reason to grieve, but the grief is taking a different tone. Similar to what everybody's already said. So the good news here is that it's getting better, but it's because that certain part of things has been reconciled, that certain feeling has found a resolution. So it's not that there's less grief, it's that it's more pinpointed, I guess you could say, it more pointed overall, which hurts more in the moment, but allows you to process as a whole. It's a good thing. The next one is Lockjaw. And him's the dimension hopping pup. Big old bulldog looking dude. And his phrase is a guard dog is hard to find. A good guard dog is hard to find. This is talking about holding, especially with the reading and what we know, this is talking about holding on to parts of yourself that you defined by being a grandmother, by being a particular safe space or a particular confidant, or even just being a particular person in this young lady's life. It's important to hold on to memories, but it's not a very good idea for us to define ourselves by our grief, to define ourselves as who we were when they were around. It winds up making us very jaded, very calloused and cold overall, because we can't be that person. And I think that's what this, because all of my readings come back on themselves, that's how I know that they're working. I think that's the reason for the first card, is you're being asked, are you ready to actually move forward? Are you ready to actually accept things? Are you ready to actually allow yourself to feel the pain, but not the lasting hurt? Last card we got here. And this is the perfect way to end this fucking reading. And you know it's good because I'm actually cussing about it. The last card you get is Deadpool. And his phrase is, I'm just here for the snacks.
I don't think I've seen him come up with a reading for you.
He has not in a long time has he showed up. Seriously. He rarely actually comes up, and actually Loki too. He very seldom shows up. But this particular card, especially talking about the grief process, is finding that plateau. That's the pivot point. We're finding that plateau. We're remembering things and we're moving towards things, and it hurts, but it's not the same kind. And like Raymond was talking about, it's moving past the idea that you should feel guilty, or that you should continue to feel pain, or that you should feel guilty that you don't, if that's the case. Everybody grieves differently and in their own time. And you have to accept the fact that yours is different than everyone. It's going to be okay. Take you a deep breath, get you a drink, get you a snack, watch you a shitty movie. I suggest a good old-fashioned B movie that makes absolutely no sense. Any of the 80s movies, the teenage 80s movies, like, what was it? I can't remember what it was called. It was that Val Kilmer movie.
Which one?
The Young Genius or whatever the fuck it was.
Or you can watch Princess Bride. That one's always solid.
That one's come up a lot.
Unless you like horror movies, then go with Chud.
Breakfast Club.
Yeah. You know, find you a comfort, not an outlet, but a comfort, something that allows you to feel that hug around the shoulder, that it'll be okay kind of thing. Be a kid again. Be a 17-year-old. And I said that on purpose. Be a 17-year-old. Wrap your favorite blanket around your shoulders and sit there with a bunch of snacks and junk food and watch bullshit movies. Just have you an afternoon. It's going to be okay. When it's not okay, it'll be okay eventually.
Love you, Linda.
Big hugs, chick.
Absolutely.
Alright. Next up is also another all read. It's Terry.
Hurry.
She's having an issue with an instructor and a dispatcher, and both seem like the same person, and they don't answer questions to the point that she felt so fed up she wanted to quit everything. She did say that if we all start getting the same thing, that fair enough. That we don't have to, like, if we're all getting the same thing, yeah, it's cool, fair. I'll read it back exactly. But if they're all reading the same, then just whatever sticks out to the reader.
All right. And because I know you like the dark hair deck, we're going to start with that bitch.
I'm using Wild Mystic. Absolutely, Linda. Hopefully it helps a little bit.
For those just popping in, just in case, we're streaming to both YouTube and Facebook. Readings are absolutely free. You don't have to pay for them. Just let us know which reader you would like, whether it's general, or it's a specific question. Raymond, Tyree, Patricia, Steve. And we'll carry it. If you donate stars, if you're on Facebook and you donate stars, you get bumped to the top of the list and get the option for everybody to read you, if you would like.
Just throw that card.
That's the second reading this one just popped up. Okay. So we have a thing tonight.
We do every month.
I know.
By the way, we do actually have a theme every month.
It's just it's that card there.
Mm.
You going first, Steve?
I can. Jesus.
Terry, could you do me a favor and take a deep breath, man? Pretty please.
Well, this is definitely talking about your current situation. I'm probably gonna have to do a second set of three. So, I'll go first while everybody else is working on theirs. We have the prosperity card, which in this one is the pig. Him's a little cute guy. However, he's inversed. Then we have the cat, which is one of my favorite cards because it's pretty, but it's a shitty word. Its detachment is the cat. And then we have literally the stoat, which is a weasel-like creature, but it's reciprocity and it's inversed. So this is literally talking about your actual situation. The fact that it feels as though you can't move forward in life in the ways that you would prefer because there's no actual reciprocity. And because of that, you're feeling as though you're about ready to literally let go of it all. This is just regurgitating what it is that you told us in the comments. It does mean that this deck has your number though. So let's see what we got. All right.
Jesus Christ.
Terry, you know I love you, right? You know I love you. You know I love you, right? Oof. So,
Is there like groans?
oh man.
It's because the rest of the cards, for at least myself, are making a bit more sense.
Yeah.
So next, we have the turn, which is it's a kind of bird. It's a little finch-like sort of guy. But we have the turn, and its word is endurance, inversed. We have the magpie, which is also a little bird. And the magpie is duality, and its card is pretty metal. But it's duality, but that is also inversed. And then we have the raccoon, which is survival, which was also inversed. Now, the way that these cards read is they overlap with the previous. So the two that we have here are the prosperity card, and then we have endurance. So things are starting to run out. Now, prosperity, a lot of people think that just means money. That's not the case. Prosperity is our fruitfulness in life. It's our ability to deal with what's going on. It's our ability to feel comfortable with where we're at. It's our ability to be stable. And right now, you don't. Because where you should have a solid footing, you currently don't have. Then we have the cat, which is detachment. And then the magpie, which is duality, but it was inversed. At this particular point, because of that unequal footing, because of that non-solid ground, we're not able to find a balance. So because the work situation is being thrown off, everything else is too. Whether that is friendships, family relations, partners, whatever, even certain stressors, certain things that typically wouldn't get to you are starting to get to you. Emotional state may be getting a little shaky. Doesn't mean that you're going off at a hair trigger, but it means that things aren't stable. There's a static there. And lastly, and hopefully this will give us some good news, but we have the lack of reciprocity. So this is talking about the communication, not getting the proper communication, that kind of thing. And survival, both of them being inversed. So we're called to actually be in relationship, whether that is friend, partner, work friend, co-worker, romantic, familial, whatever. We're called to be in relationship. And without that particular understanding, we don't know where it is we fit. If we don't know where it is we fit, we wind up in a situation where things get shaky, and we wind up in a space where you don't know what you should do with your hands. All of this is literally a warning to you that you need to start finding your own footing instead of waiting for other people. I know that your job is one that requires you to wait on certain things, especially with an instructor. you have to wait on them. But go with what it is that you know. Go with what it is that you know you can do. Trust yourself a little bit more instead of relying on their timetable. Because eventually it's going to affect you in a way that's not great. And that would be the end of my reading, because we got the fact or the adapt card. Love this deck. Be malleable. Be adaptable. Work your own time. Do your own thing. They'll get to you when they decide to get to you, but life goes the fuck on, and you shouldn't have to worry about other people's bullshit in the meantime. You got stuff to do, chick. Do it. You know the deal.
She said, I have to wait for him to tell me what I do every day. I can't leave the house till he tells me to.
Well, then you got other shit to do, right? You got errands you can run. You got things that you can do around the house. You got a little bit of extra time that you could spend with kids at their home, or with your folks, or with your dude or your chick or whoever's hanging out. You've got more time. You're being given that time for a reason, so use it.
Who wants to go next? All right. So
Guess we answered that.
I guess I answered that. It's a lot of the same in the first half with the cards that I pulled that Steve just mentioned, because I got intention reversed and play reversed. And it's separate from the other half, so it's a lot like the way that Steve's listed out too. But as far as the intention, have you had a conversation, a level conversation with specifically the dispatcher? I'm asking because it feels like there might be a clash. And if there is, it's probably best to squash it. But as far as, she said she's gonna start using that time better. When was the last time you got out and did something for you? I'm asking specifically because the second half of the reading, I got the love card and the hunt card and the victory reversed card. And a lot of the times, as far as these cards go, it's you're looking for something. No, there's an HR issue pending towards him. Oh, then perfect.
Then it's handling itself.
It's handling itself.
Well, she was here this past Saturday.
Oh, okay.
So,
Join this thing.
So she's,
yeah, so it's
Okay.
recent.
it might be a good idea to go for a walk in the woods.
Do that thing that you're used to doing.
Yeah. Even if it's only 5 minutes. Because the way it's coming through in the reading is that you're looking for something specific that you haven't been able to find, and that you're getting frustrated and aggravated, and it's going at the easiest people to be upset with, that are the safest people to be upset with. Ground yourself out, figure out what's actually going on.
So that makes sense for the end of mine then, because that was the whole thing. Because by the end of it, it was literally me internally asking the cards, so what the fuck is this actually about? Because you're just telling more of the shit she already knows. And then the adapt card flipped over, and I'm like, oh, that's what this is. It has nothing to do with the job.
Get you some you time, get out in the woods, scream a little bit, so you can ground out and figure out what's going on actually and what you're actually upset about. Because it's gonna be a rough go until you get that answer figured out for yourself. If you need help, let us know.
Burnout's a thing, chick. Be careful.
Sure is.
Next.
Guess I'll go. It's basically my cards are saying, almost the same thing that those two have said. It feels like you're drowning and you're losing yourself. But you are going to rise above all of this. I am not sure why this one card pulled up. I know you're going to emerge. Basically, you're going to come out of your shell during all of this. But it looks like there may be another path for you.
Yes, I felt like I'm losing myself.
So you may end up with a job offer because you're going to emerge victory from this. But I'm also getting another path for you, so I'm not exactly sure what that is. Maybe another job offer, maybe a promotion. But the thing is you got the determination to do what you want to do. Just don't accept what they want you to do. You got the balls. Do what you do, the best you can do, as long as it doesn't get you in trouble.
I've been having issues finding that path. There.
But yeah, my card was saying you're gonna walk away smelling like a rose.
That just reminds me of that STP song.
Yeah, bloated.
Mm-hmm.
Raymond, you got anything else that's different?
It was funny that you mentioned, you feel like you're losing yourself because one of the cards I actually pulled was hiding your true self. But in all the struggle and stuff, how's your health been? Because it seems like you're lying to yourself about that. You know, you put on a good show and stuff, but how's your health actually been? Because with everything going on and stuff, that's something you put off to the side. And probably something you need to check out, chick. If it's popping up in the cards, it's a situation. But yeah, you're gonna find yourself. Just give it time. Don't feel guilty about having to deal with shitty people.
Fuck me.
So health seems okay fighting the food addiction now.
It is.
Fuck them.
Fuck.
Yup. It's been the unofficial motto of this team for the entire year.
Yeah,
Fuck them,
That and fuck it, we ball.
actually. I mean, if you put the two together, that's basically the end result of your reading.
Yeah.
Fuck them, fuck it, we ball.
pretty much. Hopefully that helped a little bit, Terry. Next up, we have Russ. It is another all read. It is another general.
We're gonna turn this into a fucking game show.
Come on down.
Come on down. It seems like it's gonna be my deck tonight. We're gonna roll. I really like that deck. I've been eyeing that deck.
Once upon
The divination of
Divinations.
Yep.
Just make sure you have a deck to go with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Straw it is.
All it is.
Also don't pick a deck out that you have to use both decks at the same time.
Mhm.
I might actually have one at the house that it'll be like, yeah, we're gonna roll together, and that one might actually like it. Might be able to use it then.
You'll know if it doesn't.
Jesus.
Well, that deck is really fucking finicky too.
If it's the Crowley deck, I don't think it might.
No. It's the
Actually, it might.
Martyrs, Madman, and
Well, consider the deck it works with for me.
it's that deck that doesn't want anybody else to look or touch it.
I mean, it's kind of like this one.
Go specific.
Oh, mom wants on the list.
Alright. Okay. Alright.
Jesus.
Okay.
So that's the route we're going? Okay.
So this deck combo, it is the way that it works. Cluing those in who are watching, certain decks like certain other decks. And in order to make them work, you have to use them at the same time. The way that her specific deck works is it has to have another deck for context.
Mhm.
So technically, I'm flipping cards, but this is her reading.
Then it'll work the same here in a minute. One more. Not great. Okay. All right, Russell. What is it that you're afraid of actually embracing? I asked that specifically because of the way the cards fell. So with Steve's deck, it was Memento Mori, and with mine, it was Abundance. Because you have okay, fair enough. You said give it to me.
Here it is,
There's
straight to the point.
a lot of awesome things around you that it looks like you're almost closing your eyes to seeing. And I say that because of the way the cards fell with Memento Mori and Abundance. There's a massive death going on around you, but it's not specifically of the people kind. It's of the ego kind. With that, though, it's almost like you're fighting against it and that you're looking for, that you want help with it, but you're not sure how to ask. And if that's the case, it's understandable. And if that's not the case, then tell me and I will redirect the cards. But there's two that concern me that got flipped. And that's the combo of Isolation from Steve's deck and Tarot and Guidance reversed from mine. It's like what you want is standing in front of you and you can't see it.
It's dangerous to get into a space where you don't ask for help. And, of course, there's the whole, you gotta be a man, you gotta do the fuck thing, blah, 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 blah. There's the whole, well, if I ask for help, will someone actually be able to pull through for me? The trauma response of the last time I asked and someone wasn't there. There's a lot of factors there, but it's dangerous to get to the point where you isolate yourself from being able to ask for help. Yeah. So we'll combo that one too while I'm talking.
Okay.
So the big thing here is understanding that when you don't have the answer, it's not that someone else has it for you. It's someone else may have a different perspective that can show you that answer.
He said he needs a change of job, but he's not gonna change after 12 years.
It explains this. So we have seeker inverse, which means we're not finding things, but we're actively not looking in the right spaces. And then we have disguise. So the reason may be, the things that you're looking for and the things that are blocked off, it may be because you've got the wrong outlook. This is literally talking about what she was mentioning earlier about not seeing what it is that you need, basically not seeing the forest for all the trees. And this will be the last one, I think. Which, hilariously enough, as I was talking, the certainty card, oh, damn it. The certainty card actually popped up, and it's inversed, which obviously we're uncertain about things and how they are. But right now we've got a false outlook of heroism. I have to provide, I have to be the upstanding, I have to continue, I have to put on the brave face. I got to be the hero in my own narrative. And what I mean by that is that you have to perceive yourself in that space of being the provider, of being the super person, the super dad, the super friend, the whole bit like that. And you have a tendency to focus on your work in those moments to provide that particular aspect of yourself. Yeah.
This was another card that wanted to know. It's footprints and direction inversed.
And I'll let you finish that then.
So the other card that Steve pulled reversed is perception. It's literally bringing it full circle.
Which all my reads do, which means this particular reading is done. So go ahead.
It's important to remember that change isn't necessarily a bad thing. Even if change has been bad in the past, it doesn't mean change will be bad in the future. If you're not open to it, you stagnate. And it's important to remember that it's okay to reach out for help and it's okay to not know where you want to go.
Find you some people, man.
Mm-hmm.
You might have a few. Cough, 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 cough. Cough, 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 cough.
I'll go next. Whenever I started pulling cards and stuff, the line from the Dark Tower came out to me was, "You've forgotten the face of your father. Forgotten the name of your father." And it's literally, I added cards from the other deck, and one card that I pulled was the Ancestor. And above it is forgetting oneself. So it's telling you you're losing yourself while holding stagnant. If you can stay in the same spot, how are you supposed to be able to grow? And it kind of plays off of what they're saying, you want to move, but you're afraid to move. And even though you want to look, that pride keeps you in place. I can already do certain things with this. I don't want to be here anymore, but I can do what I want, what I know I can accomplish here with this. And instead of asking for help, I don't want to sit here and feel split about it and just, hide away from people and pretend that everything's okay when it's not. It's okay to take and move on. Eventually, you never know. Things might end up cooler than what they are.
Bring us home, Tyree.
Okay, land the fucking plane.
We're in the airport, Steve.
It's somewhere in some pumpkin patch, fucking Indiana, apparently.
Shit.
We had another one up there too. Did you get her?
Renee?
Jennifer O'Malley fell.
Oh, what's up, Jen? Hopefully you're still in the comments.
Yeah, she asked if she can get a reading if there's time left.
Chick, you need to come visit. I need my fucking hug. It's been forever.
Do you have a question, Jen?
Can I speak now?
Sorry, Tyree.
How dare you?
Sorry.
How dare you?
Okay,
How
right.
dare you interrupt this man?
I'll just run away.
I'll be good.
We're shut the door behind her locks.
It does.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, Russ. What my cards are saying is the other guys are saying that you're walking away from a situation or something like that. Mine are saying that you're walking away from yourself.
Kind of what I
And
was saying, dude.
Do what?
Kind of what I was saying, dude.
Well, maybe. Kinda, I just pointed it out. Thank you.
No.
But like Raymond's cards are saying you're being stagnant, you're like in a hibernation. Then you need to move and take action. But you seem to, the cards are saying you know what you need to do. And you can do what you need to do. Because you got the Phoenix. So it means you're gonna come out strong with this. And then my one deck, I got the Ace of Cups, which means, and it overflowing. Would you like to put that in front of the camera?
There you go, buddy.
See, your cup's gonna overflow.
Do I need to do the Vanna White thing? You're right. And what?
It didn't show any leg.
I'm not showing leg. My main is acting up.
But yeah, your cup's gonna overflow with during all this. You just need to stop walking away from yourself. Be strong with yourself.
Now you're a male. Male. Actually, that that fucking Paul Stanley song, that Live to Win, that's literally in my head right now.
Oh, there you go.
Alright, so that finishes up the stars. So Matthew,
So-
never.
Yeah, that ends up the stars, Matthew,
Matthew.
general, and there's no preference.
No, well,
So
You know what to do. Let's let Tyree.
You do.
I have two that have asked for me specifically. You can do this one.
blah, 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 blah. Which they wants to speak first.
See? Hank says I'll take Tyree.
Okay. Where you gonna take me? Better make sure it's okay with your woman first.
As you are, I would imagine.
Oh.
He said, let's see what happens.
Oh, well. That car just like flipped over by itself.
It's neat.
Okay, Matthew. That car has been coming up like
Crazy.
crazy. Yeah, it's a disc. Okay, Matthew. My cards are saying that there's changes coming. Miss Jennifer, we got you on the list. Sorry we missed you a while ago.
But we did add you.
Yeah. So there's change coming, Matthew. But it looks like you're gonna have to work on your structure. Don't let stuff overwhelm you. Build, build whatever, build the stuff around you one block at a time. Don't be like us and try to do 20 million things at once.
Speak for yourselves. Buggers.
Uh-huh. But yeah, because right across from that, I'm getting change perspective and inspiration.
That's what happens when we're not supervised.
Uh-huh. So that's telling me you need to get creative in some form or fashion. Do you draw or paint?
Right. Oh shit. We're in trouble.
Uh-huh.
No, look, supervisor.
What?
Damn it.
What?
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 Do animation.
What?
Awesome.
I do animation. Okay.
What?
Thank you for that. That's enough wanting. I'm trying to read here.
Excuse the fuck out of me.
Think is out.
So,
We're wrong.
how's the tea?
I thought you were reading. It's good.
So, it looks like you're going to be getting more creative with your animation and stuff. But in the process, you may be looking at a new path coming along. I don't think that's anything major. The major thing is you need to take care of you. Get you rest. Do your grounding exercises. But do for you. And I really like the red card. It has little Nemo on it.
No.
Dragon needs to wake up and eat his ass.
What?
I don't want Nemo.
I mean, you know, you got what you deserve.
I mean, he's kind of a bitch character.
Oh, he touched the butt.
You need to rest to take time for you. So, hope you got something out of that.
Finding Nemo, fucking whisper for you.
I'm down.
Thanks to Shelley for reading it such a
Do what now?
Shelly, you still in the comments?
And it's a general read.
That's Virginia.
All right, Shelly's still in the
All
comments.
right, cool.
Do it.
Do it. You're getting the dark mirror deck too, because I just feel like pissing you off. No, I'm joking. Let's go with the cards that get me cussed. Okay.
You're welcome, Matthew.
Let's see what we got here. Oh, all right. Yeah, thing. Like I said,
Ooh, I like that card.
middle one,
No,
the one, end one.
this one.
Yeah. All right.
No comment. Whatever.
I was like, I'm going out all the way there.
Holy cow.
All right. I swear to God, it looked like another one fell. All right, chick. What are you fighting yourself on? Because it feels like a conversation that somebody's had with you before. It's funny because the novice card pops up with forgetting oneself. You know, and there's literally a card that has the question, is this me? So what are you fighting yourself on?
Renee said, I played the live you did Tyrese.
Ooh, thank you.
Shelley sent a shrug emoji.
All right. Fair. I don't think I'm far off though. Because what's funny is the ancestor card came back up as well. There always seems to be a theme. When's the last time you spent some time with water? Or it feels like you're kind of out of your normal flow. Because I had the Sage card too, which, you know,
She said, been a while.
yeah. That might be a good idea with this. Because even if it doesn't seem apparent that something feels off and something still feels off. And I don't know if you're struggling with free time or just, a certain level of freedom that you've been looking for. But it definitely feels like you're gonna find that path and stuff once you get to spend some time with the water. But other than that, it looks like there's some cool shit coming along. Have you considered teaching? Or has somebody approached you about learning?
Yes.
Neat. I would really consider that because I think you're gonna do awesome with it. Honestly, that's about as far as this reading can go, that's about where she was at. Yeah.
All right. Next up is Linda Donaher. It's a general with no preference on the reader.
Don't look at me.
Terry's like, I did one. You're welcome.
Rock, paper, scissors, or are you gonna do?
I'll do. I think you should take one of the other ones.
Okay.
You should do moms.
Actually, I think that'd be kind of fun if you did tell us.
Okay. Either way.
All right, Linda. Let's go.
Do it, Shelley.
Okay.
Even if it's just hanging out by the stream. Playing the rain a little bit. Like coming.
Yo. You got this, chick. One day at a time.
Yeah. And collect some of that storm water. It might come in handy. Just saying.
This actually makes me very happy, Linda. So, you actually got really awesome cards. As far as the reading though, I can tell you've been doing a lot of the work. I can tell you've been putting in the effort, and it's actually really coming off, and that's amazing. You've got some pretty awesome processes that are coming up soon for you too, especially with the circle of growth and rebirth and determination that showed up in your reading. The cycle that's coming through, that's the next one that you're going to be dealing with, just make sure that when you actually start the process, that you remember to embrace the fun of it too, not just the negative parts. There's the good parts as well. Don't make it a job. Just keep tackling the cycles the way that you have been. You've been doing good. I hope that helps a little bit.
Something.
Well, that was kind of fast, but it was very just kind of,
Direct.
yep.
These short and sweets come my favorite way to roll.
Be good to yourself. At least continue to be, please, man. All right.
And celebrate the fact that you're making progress.
Yeah.
I think we're all a little guilty of that. we forget to look at how much progress we've made and just focus on what we still have to work on.
Not me.
Shit.
I can tell. It felt like you had been. And good for you. That's freaking fantastic. I know that breaking cycles isn't always an easy process. One day at a time. Keep up the good work. Keep up the good shit. All right. So,
Mom, you still in the comments there?
same, Monica. We are finally getting some rain, even if it's a ton of it.
Let's be waiting for Steve to come back.
Well, I think Della's still in the comments. Yes.
Awesome.
Okay.
I'll get a message.
I hear him coming back.
Okay. Then we will. Are you cool with waiting for Steve to do your reading? I think it'd be kind of neat. Oh, he's back. Never mind. Ignore me.
I told you she was coming back.
Do what?
Tyree was listening to the steps, to the sound of the steps you make.
They're unmistakable, apparently. Do what now? What? Is there a crisis?
No, you're just good.
No.
So what?
Della,
Oh,
general.
general reading. Yeah, from this stuff. First time tonight, actually. How about that?
Kitty cats. Cool.
Yup. Usually they're a lot more talkative and want to spend time with people a little bit more, but for whatever reason, that hasn't been the case tonight. It's been everything but, actually, until Della's reading. All right. I like cats.
Well, we do have that pretty little white kitty now that you all seen pictures of him laying on me.
Cats are important. Cats do a number of things. But cats have the tendency to see more than what the typical person could. Have more insight into things that most people don't.
Hi, Matthew. Thanks for popping on.
Next time, man.
Thanks for popping in.
I hope we get to see you soon in person.
It's an interesting start off. Don't kill him. He is our important breeding mascot. Don't do that to him. But the cards are, well, the cats rather. They don't like to be called cards. The cats are literally telling me that you're trying to find a peaceful solution to a particular issue. And what I mean by that is you're trying to find a way to have a conversation or bring something up or even resolve a problem without heavy drama or heavy conflict. We have the predator card first, followed by curiosity, and then the inverse of the warrior. So we're trying not to fight a situation, we're trying to solve one. Let's see here. This could be something, because this is the basic way out of the reading. This isn't all of it. This could be dreams that you're having, this could be feelings that you're having, or it could be an actual issue with another person, place or thing, insert noun here. It is an actual problem. Okay. There's something hiding in the shadows that you know about. Something either on the property, something even in the house, maybe even with somebody that you know, but it evades you. Corner of the eye, or in the back of the mind, or even just a heavy presence, but you know it's there. And you know it has influence.
She said dream.
Yeah. This is, if we're going with the way of a dream, this is a very heavy kind of nightmare. And by nightmare, it may be an intense dream, but maybe not scary. If it is scary, that would be the reason for the intensity, but we have fearsome. So it's something that is very aggressive and strikes fear into the hearts of people around it, which is, well, I was like, it's something dangerous. But then we have the witch card, followed by elusive. So it's before I go ahead and say that, let's see what the cats have to say. Gotcha. Doug needs to do me a big favor, and I would start this process now, madam, if you could. Start the process of cleansing your house immediately. You have, and I usually don't do this kind of shit, especially not on a live. So those that know me know that this is serious. Do me a favor, start that now. You have presence in the house that is not great, is not okay, and is going to be a problem. We have the awakener that is inversed. So we're having blinders put on us, followed by the untouchable, meaning that you can't actually do anything about it under conventional means. But straight up afterwards was the trickster card. You have something in the house that does not belong there. And it is the cause of your nightmares or your bad dreams. It's probably not just affecting you. And there it is. Okay. I'm going to be sending a buddy to help you out. He's a little cat, and he is a smoky flame tip. So he looks like a white cat, except for the tips of his paws. His ears and his tail have smoky gray on them. His name is Fool. When you see him, tell him what you need, and he will provide it. Sorry for the raw ass reading. Sorry for, disrupting the normal flow of Tarot Night Live, but this one was blatant. Like it, looking at the cards, there was no way around it. If you need any help, let us know. You know the deal, chick. We got you.
Next up is Renee. Or Raymond.
And you've probably seen him float around the house anyway. He can come visit and say hi. That explains why I've been playing so much Billy Joel lately.
Mhm.
Della said, no, you did great, I knew, but you know how it is sometimes.
I know exactly how it is, chick. Know exactly how it is. But I know you got it. Just let us know if things change. If they don't, Ray will be home Monday or Tuesday.
I'll see that house. I can set them off.
Let the little buddy do the thing first.
I am. These are just in case, because it's going to disturb a lot of shit if I set those off.
Yeah, this one's specifically for Della. She needs to do this one.
Renee is a general for you, Raymond.
All right. And you have Frank at your disposal too. Nobody can miss Frank. He's a 6-foot bunny rabbit. If you see him dragging a sledgehammer, don't ask, because he'll say, mind your business. All right, Renee. Where are you, Renee? Reenie.
Madam Reenie.
Madam Reenie.
Madam Oliver.
Let's do this, she said.
Ener.
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 Why?
That'd be a first.
Oh, I mean, he is without his teeth tonight, so party time at Tyree's.
Glory hole special. Right. I guess those are all jumping out at the same time. Cool.
I'm gonna have to give you this deck.
I love this deck. I love this deck so fucking much. Even though it gets me kissed a lot, it makes me like it more. It means I'm doing something right. Cool. Yeah. All right. Jesus Christ, chick. Oh. So there's a situation that you're trying to avoid for the most part, because it's literally calling you out, peaceful among the thorns. You're trying to keep your cool, and we all know that's not exactly your strong suit. But in a way, it makes you feel like you're a prisoner. And what's cool is I've also got Calling the Storm, which is reaching out for help, along with the Storm card for my Dreams and Incarnations card deck. So why aren't you asking for help when you know there's help available? And I will wait. Dramatic pause.
Prolonged eye contact. Prolonged eye contact.
Everybody just stare at the camera until she answers. I'm really glad he clarified what one of his cars said, because I really misread it.
Oh,
That's a big one.
I really thought that's his downer. Trying to find the direction.
all right.
Okay.
That actually clears a little bit up because I also had the reflection card, which, instead of trying to be peaceful among thorns, maybe you just need time to take some time to reflect on the whole situation. It may not be as much of an issue as you think it is, right? Because honestly, it might just be a miscommunication, whether within body language or within actual words. But it definitely looks like you need to take some time to reflect. And what's fun, the reflection card has a tree on it and water. So maybe spend some time by a stream, by a lake, hang out under a tree. I hear willows are nice. And don't pretend that you're okay if you're not. Sometimes you just need to flow like water. Be strong like a tree. What was that you were saying about the willow the other night?
Alright. So, last up for the night is Jen Bell.
Who would you like to read you, madam? Stake a claim. Roll the dice. You gotta know when to pull,
No, man, hold on.
know when to deal the card. You gotta play fish with me.
May God help your soul.
But Jen, she wants you, Steve.
Godspeed. All right.
Here. You can, I will scoot down closer to Tyree.
Hello. Yes.
You want that deck back?
No. No, I'm gonna have you sit over there and cipher that shit. There's a lot of shit to cipher.
It's just because Tyree doesn't want to sit next to me. Fine.
Is it though?
No.
So it was just the general from her?
Yes. Got a lot of stuff going on, checking in.
Okay, doke. I got you, chick. You know what it is.
Thank you, Raymond.
You're welcome.
It's not that I don't want to step aside. I just don't want you to ruin my reputation.
Fuck.
Excuse me?
Jeez.
What?
You're not
What?
you're not one of the cool kids apparently, shit. Jeez.
Yeah.
Don't want competition at Royal?
No.
There is no competition.
Shit.
Every dog likes a sausage. It is just. God.
It's bacon!
Oh, Lord. It's been a night. It's been a week. It's been several. It's been a year, y'all.
Sure has.
All right, one more shuffle, Jan. I'll get started. Just a general. The cats wanted to talk to somebody else about somebody else, so we're using my Raven deck.
Hey, Jacob.
What's up?
Oh, wow. Well then, like, oh, actually, surprisingly, I'm glad that we're ending this Tarot Night Live on an up note. Because Jesus age. Fuck you. Keep your cards over there. This is actually being good to her. So
It was just the top one.
I'll look at it here in just a moment. So we have the Creator card, followed by Heroism, followed by Resilience, which are all typically good things, but it does tell me that you've been struggle bussing and putting on the brave face, the particular mask of everything is fine when it's not. You know, we're the dog in the burning room. If you've ever seen that particular meme,
I'm fine. Everything's fine.
I'm fine, everything's fine.
There's a lot of different things going on.
Right. So stress is a good thing. Stress is a motivator. Stress is something that allows us to see where the actual problems are. But too much stress is obviously a bad thing. And when we allow things to kind of pile, so what I mean by that is not processing things as they come. We put it on a back burner and say we'll deal with it later. Eventually, there's going to be another thing that takes priority, and another thing, and another thing. Because each day is going to present its own particular challenges. So eventually, things do add up. Shit that you should have done like a million years ago, or things that you forgot to do, like have a conversation or spend a little time working through on your own. And that's kind of where it feels like we're at, is everything is just kind of becoming a jumbled mess. So there's no clear direction as far as what to handle first. Because it seems as though when you go to clean the rug, so to speak, you're pulling it out from under something else that you need to be, that you need to have stability in at the moment. Hopefully that makes some kind of sense. So has there been a change in a relationship lately? I'm not being told for certain directly which kind. That's why I'm being a little bit vague. But has there been a major change in a relationship? Because the cards are basically telling me that the reason why some things are adding up and being stressful is the fact that either a friendship or a romantic relationship or a position at your job, something like that, something that you found either some stability in or were trying to work out is not really doing that. We're trying to let that person go, or they're trying to let us go. One or the other.
Yes, maybe changes.
Okay. To that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now that we know what the actual main stressor is, okay, let's see what we can do about that. Good. Gotcha. Gotcha. Good. So things to actually focus on and think about. Perception is 90% of anybody's issue and is usually 100% the thing that needs to be questioned first. Because the way that we view things isn't always accurate, and the way someone else views things isn't always accurate. There's three types of truth: yours, theirs, and what actually goes on. And a lot of times it's because the situation is not equal and we don't see our involvement in the fact that it isn't equal. Or we see their involvement in the fact that it isn't equal and forget what it is that we're doing to not change the situation. The reason why I'm bringing it up that way is we have the perception and balance cards literally side by side. And then followed is memento mori, but it's upside down. So we're not giving proper remembrance. We're not giving, we're not grieving the way that we need to. If it's a relationship that is shifted into just being friends or not knowing each other at all, or the dynamic is shifted, we're not allowing ourselves to go, man, that sucks. That really sucks, and here's the reason why. Because we're either too angry, or we're too stressed, or we're sad in a very inward way as opposed to an outward expression. That can weigh on you eventually. It can cause a lot of grief and a lot of problems later on down the line. Because when you have this kind of perception about a relationship, you wind up applying it to others that don't deserve it. So you have to be very careful about that.
So finally dealing with the divorce and how it's affected me and the kid.
There it is. Gotcha. All right. So just like any other reading that you would get from me, we're on the last three cards. These are things that you should watch for, or things that are going to be a guiding force for you. So we have the shape changer first, and I read these cards one by one. We have the shape changer first. In this particular deck, it's literally talking about not necessarily, at least for your reading, not necessarily being a chameleon, but being adaptable, being malleable, not moldable, meaning an outside force gets to choose your shape, being malleable. So being able to adapt and accept and be a part of the situation in a healthy way, as opposed to taking everything on the chin. That's awesome, especially for you. Find that this card coming up is, because it rarely does in my readings. Neither does the shape changer actually. So you got 2 for 2 on the rare cards that come up out of this deck. Then we have Luna, or in this deck, the goddess of the moon. This is talking about finding your femininity, getting back into you doing the chick thing as you do the chick thing, rediscovering that. And I'm going to say it this way on purpose, that empowerment as a woman. So redefining yourself as a strong and independent woman, as much as that is a meme and a joke around things like TikTok and Facebook, it's a very important thing. And these two cards are literally talking about that. Find your stride. You've got a lot of reasons to strut, chick. You know, get reacquainted with you. Get reacquainted with your flavor, your goddess. Get reacquainted with the more intuitive sides of you, the more open sides of you. That is a very interesting thing. So the last card we have as far as things is, excuse me, Disintegration, which is a raw ass card in this deck. It literally talks about destroying the things that do not serve. So it's not so much a sense of, all right, you have to let go, you have to, get past it, you have to get over it. No, get rid of the shit that doesn't serve you so that you can start to heal. You'll find that when you start to actually look at the stressors of your life, that most of them you place there. And they're usually things that could be handled quickly or don't even concern you in the first place that you've involved yourself in. Those are the things that you need to start getting a little distant from. Move yourself away from shit that doesn't concern you. Start to get rid of the shit that doesn't serve that you continue to do so that you do have the ability to acquaint yourself with yourself.
She said yes. I want to sell the house to move on.
Very good. So it looks like for you, chick, this was literally just a confirmation read. But nah, at least you got people that understand it. And you got us, right? You can reach out any fucking time, right? You know that, Jen. You know that, right?
Right.
Jesus Christ.
So thank you.
You got this. I promise. One day at a time, one step at a time. And remember always that even baby steps are forward momentum.
She said I did hit. I hit Tiff up for a favor an hour ago, but she's probably sleeping. There's
She'll see it in the morning, then
Yeah.
she'll answer you.
Yeah, at about this point, she probably is asleep, chick, because she gets up with the chickens. So, like Pat said, she'll get you in the morning though, or in the middle of the fucking night when she wakes up.
But that does actually conclude our Tarot Night Live list tonight. So hopefully we were able to be of some assistance. If you're ever curious about reaching out for a reading, she does need her for this one. Fair enough. She'll get back to you. She'll probably be really excited to hear from you, actually.
You're
So-
welcome, Linda.
Just as a reminder to everyone, if you are, Jen said different from the reading, that was great, thank you. If you are wanting to reach out to one of the mechanics to have a card reading done, an energetic reading, we can do them virtually, obviously. All you gotta do is let us know. You can message the SMX page directly, or you can message the specific mechanic that you're wanting to read you, if you're friends with them on Facebook. And just as a reminder, the Psychic Vampirism class is going to be on the 12th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It will be hybridized. It'll be a little bit easier if it's in person, but for this one, I can do a hybrid class. Just as a reminder as well, we'll be at 2 different spots this weekend as far as the mechanics. Mr. Tyree will be at the Central Kentucky Mystical Market as Stephen's Healing's Vibrations. Go out, check them out. We'll have a couple of our other friends there as well. I believe Mr. Ken Vogel is doing a gallery, or I might be a
Gallery.
yeah, after the market on Saturday. So check it out if you can. And There's a few of us that'll be in Bowling Green this weekend. So if you're out in that area, pop in, give us a shout, come say hi. We don't get out that way often.
No, we usually don't. But always remember, regardless of whether you need someone to talk to, you know, as far as getting things figured out or getting some perspective, we're always here. Remember, we are not licensed therapists and cannot take the place of medical professionals or mental health professionals, but we can do our best to help you out until you get one. But we're always here for you as best we can be. We all do energetic readings of some sort, as Pat said. We all do card readings of some sort, as Pat said. So let us know. But until I see you, for whenever it is I see you, because I usually do the quick word or the forecast before the next live. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and remember that those that have the power to change themselves have the power to change the world around themselves. Love y'all.
Love you guys.
Love you. Have a good night.